What's going on, guys? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. The Black Ops 7 campaign is filled with bold, brave, new ideas for a Call of Duty campaign. However, they're executed extremely poorly. I already touched on just how bad the campaign has been received, but trust me, guys, it's only gotten worse as more and more people have begun to experience the tire fire that is the Black Ops 7 campaign. And it really just feels like the campaign itself is a caricature of itself. It is absolutely a joke. It cannot be taken seriously. And there are a few things here that really, really bother me. First and foremost, it's the fact this is supposed to be a follow-up, a sequel to the Black Ops 2 campaign. I'm sorry, guys. This is the furthest thing away from being a sequel to Black Ops 2 that we could have had. What an utter disappointment. That was one of the things that was getting me excited for this campaign. But no. Like, sure, it's in the same timeline, but like, it's not worth your time. Honestly, if you enjoyed the Black Ops 2 campaign, just enjoy whatever ending you got and live your life knowing, or at least pretending, that there were no sequels that tried to continue the story. Because whatever Black Ops 7's campaign is, it doesn't do a good job here. I know that it has a ton of different ideas that really haven't been done in campaigns before. Like, they do the open missions. That's fine. I mean, it didn't work in MW3. It doesn't work in Black Ops 7. And yet they decided that was what their thought process was going to be. But then they have other missions where you team up with zombies. And I'm sorry, guys. Like, we're just jumping the shark here. It really feels like the Black Ops 7 campaign team was just like, we're going to shoehorn as much insane things as we can to remind everybody they're playing a Treyarch Call of Duty game, and just wing it, really. Like, we're just going to throw a bunch of stuff in and see what they say yes to. And it sounds like Treyarch said yes to everything because they're either underprepared for this project or they simply just didn't care. That's how it comes across. And then, of course, you have the end game, which has been memed to death at this point. You have these giant boss battles that don't seem fitting in a campaign for Call of Duty, seem better fit in their own mode. Like, I know they're trying to go for this, like, DMZ thing, but none of it really works, especially when you're trying to still follow a campaign story. Like, are you trying to go for a Destiny adjacent style of storytelling? Because if so, you did it terribly. Simple as that. You did it terribly. I don't think that these massive boss fights are a bad idea necessarily, but they're a bad idea with how you shoehorn them into the story and then tried to follow it up by forcing us to traverse your brand new Warzone map that we just so happen to have as part of this campaign. It just all feels like it's a advertisement for itself instead of it being like an experience that you want to come back to and enjoy time and time and time again. I don't know. There's just something fundamentally missing from the Black Ops 7 campaign. And it's not the fact that you can't pause in the Black Ops 7 campaign, although that is true. Like, you cannot pause in the Black Ops 7 campaign because it's all online, it's all co-op, and even if you're just playing solo, when you don't have AI teammates, remember, this whole campaign is meant to play with 4 people, so you and 3 others, and if for whatever reason you decide to play solo, you just, like, miss out on having 3 AI teammates join you for the ride. You just do it all by yourself. And because everything in the campaign is done with the idea of you playing with 3 other teammates, they don't scale down the damage to make it a single player experience. They just keep the enemies at the same difficulty regardless. So they've just done a bunch of oversights. And again, I don't mind the fact that you have a co-op campaign or that you have a campaign that you designed around co-op mechanics. That's fine. But allow players to play it how they want. Don't just make it so the game can only really be enjoyable if you want to play with 3 other people. Maybe I'm antisocial. Maybe my other friends don't want to play Black Ops 7. I don't know. But all of it just feels like they tried really hard to be different than every other Call of Duty campaign, and they failed miserably. And I'm not necessarily against Call of Duty trying to take chances and take the campaign in bold new directions. But like, try to give us a little bit of what we've enjoyed in the past. There's none of that here. Again, the open mission idea was done in MW3, and you decided to bring it back in Black Ops 7. Why? No one enjoyed it. Like I said in the last video, it single-handedly ruined one of the best elements of MW3 because of just how bad the campaign was. Like, they released the campaign a week early, and it was so poorly received that they probably lost some sales at launch. It really tanked the overall vibe of MW3 at the launch of that game. And then what? They didn't do it for Black Ops 6, and man, am I glad they didn't do it for Black Ops 7. Could you imagine if we got this campaign a week early and people were just able to meme on this campaign for a whole week before the game released? I don't know if Black Ops 7 would have been able to release in a pretty neutral state like it did. I think a lot of people would have been pissed off because this campaign simply ain't it, man. It's just not. Like I said, it's trying to be a little bit different, and I will applaud it for that, but they just decided to bring in all of these unnecessary elements to try to do something outside of the box that no one asked for. And that's really the problem. Again, I like the idea of DMZ. It shouldn't be an aspect in your campaign. It just shouldn't be. Unless you want to make the entire campaign a DMZ campaign, which they didn't do. Like, they basically did a bunch of half measures. And for those of you that have watched Breaking Bad, you know you never pull a half measure. You go all the way. So if you wanted DMZ to be a big part of your campaign, make the entire campaign DMZ. If you wanted to have this open world aspect to your campaign, make everything be open world. And they just don't do any of that. Everything is just sort of half-assed because they don't want to fully dive in. And that kind of makes the whole campaign suffer as a result. So yeah, I think this is the last time I'll talk about the campaign because frankly, we don't even need to acknowledge that it exists. It's like the Black Ops 3 campaign. Nobody really talks about it. I mean, Black Ops 4 was still an enjoyable game for many, even though it didn't even have a campaign. So maybe we can just move past this moving forward and just pretend it never happened. Because it's so poorly done, it needs to be left behind. And that saddens me to say because I really was hopeful the campaign would be cool. I was really hopeful that Endgame would be worth it. But man, no, save your time. Save your energy. And to Call of Duty, can we stop trying to make everything be like Warzone? That's simple. Campaign doesn't need to be like Warzone. The multiplayer doesn't need to be like Warzone. Let Warzone be Warzone. I think one of their fatal errors has been the fact that they made this massive hit with Battle Royale and decided to change their entire philosophy to fit the Battle Royale instead of allowing the Battle Royale to exist separately from their games. It'll always baffle me that that was the decision they made. But anyways, that's all I've got to say on the campaign. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Maybe you liked it. Honestly, if you liked the campaign and you made it this far in the video, I want to hear from you. I want to know what it was about the campaign you really liked, because maybe all of us are the ones that are just out to lunch. I would love to hear that, because again, if you have fun with this stuff, go right ahead and enjoy it. I'm sure somebody enjoyed the MW3 campaign as well. So that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.